All right, welcome to another episode of the Give Us a Spell podcast. I'm Zach, I'm with Nick, and it is absolutely pissing down. Northern Beach is me, and it hasn't stopped raining, and I'm very impressed with what Randwick did on the weekend, but I'm going to be pretty keen to see what Randwick does this weekend. Lucky that we're talking Melbourne, mate, and we're talking Flemington. Good weather there. If anyone hasn't done it yet, jump in the Facebook group. It's building. There's punters clubs going in there for the footy coming up, and there's plenty of tips happening. And this little prick might have tipped Hinged on the weekend as well, mate. Welcome in.
Thanks, mate. Yep, I sure did. I like the others in the race. I got to admit that too. I definitely thought Espiona and Fangirl would run good races, but yeah, no, it was nice to tip some big odds.
Did you? I know, like. I saw that in the morning that Espiona was the best lay of the day from Tab and some bookies and stuff. Hinged was fucking close. Those two Queenslanders didn't start Tontes just fly. Fangirl nowhere.
Yeah, Startonte is really good. I think last prep probably wasn't. It promised to be something, and they came down and they ran it in a Golden Rose as a late entry, and it sort of just it ran okay. So it was good to see. Maybe likes to sting out of the track a little bit. So good to see her return. I think she's a really good horse. So yeah, and Espiona, I don't know, just gets so far back. She still hangs in. She's got a lot of learning to do. She might just be better the Melbourne way.
Yeah. And what about, I think you made your best of the day, a bit of Colette action. I know I was giving a bit of push to Very Elegant. It could have gone either way, but Very Elegant. What I fucking love is seeing 3,200 meters. When was it? November 4 or 5 or whatever. Has a first up run, all good. And then no worries, we'll just win at 14. All good.
It's shades of like Mackay Diva and Sunline and those sort of horses. She's as good as them now. Like, really. I know that's a big call, but she's the 111 Group 1s. And I think the main thing is like such an ugly going horse. Like, she's so unattractive to look at, but she's just so tough and quick. Like, when She's Ideal went up on her outside, I actually thought she was going to go past. And she's
so unco. She's unco. Like, she's so unco, and somehow just
like a 2-year-old
keeps doing it. Obviously, we're talking a bunch of Melbourne. We can mention some more Sydney. We'll have a crack at there a bit later. Obviously, nature strip and stuff going around, but a couple from the weekends. I'm going to leave Flying Mascot. We sort of said that would win. You got the Quinella in the first. You were pretty keen. Finance Tycoon, Generation Finance Tycoon just fucking found the front and led. Pissed me off, mate. It gave me thoughts of Rose Hill a couple of weeks ago. This track, especially in the first couple, I think that if you weren't on the rail, you were sort of doomed for. Obviously, Flying Mascot, a bunch of them came in, and even Lavish Girl that won at odds that beat Argentia. Argentia was never going to do, So, what do you reckon?
Yeah, the rail was very hot early. I think it evened itself out as the day went on. I think track pattern often goes out the window a little bit as the class of the horses goes up too, I think. So obviously still plays a part, but you tend to see in those earlier races, if there is a track pattern, it's really highlighted. But yeah, it was a bit of a shame. I thought Argentia was still a really good run considering. But yeah, rail was hot.
And I know that you must have had a bit of a crack at Cascadian. We both sort of disagreed, more so because I've had beef with Cascadian in the past. Call sign Mavs scratched in the morning. I thought maybe even Steel Prince at a little bit of odds might have taken it up and been a chance, but mate, Cascadian, bloody good.
Yeah, $2 in the end. That field was just stealing money. Like, he still doesn't want to do it. Like, he gets to the front and he still thinks about it and thinks, do I really want to win? Like, but it was a perfect ride from Ollie, knowing that he had a horse that he needs to just throw over the line, just present him at the 200 and hope. I won't be following him anywhere.
No. I think the futurity, when I was looking at it, I hadn't had a bet throughout the day, and I looked at it, and I would have looked at the race 20 times and still had no idea who to bet with. I know we mentioned I'm Thunderstruck, thought they might be pissing each other off up front, and I'm Thunderstruck might fly late, but that Sierra Sue, good win. Obviously, Mo'unga, I thought that was pretty good as well. Lost by just over a length. Tafane, thought it might have done a bit better, but that race, I had absolutely no idea. I looked at it plenty of times. What do you reckon?
Peach ride, Johnny Allen on Sierra Sue. Really good ride. And terrible ride on Mo'unga, Jamie Carr. I don't know what she did. Bounced third, fourth, and then took it back to last. Like, it's a horse that likes racing in the first couple. Like, just, I don't know. Group 1, it just sort of looked like they didn't really want to win with it, which is fine. If you want to do that, go for it. But he smashed the line, which was a really good thing to see. I think I'm Thunderstruck is the best miler in the country. I thought it was such a good run. Everyone's talking about, oh, you'd have to be forgiving after the weekend and all this. I don't reckon. I thought it was a really good run. He didn't leave second gear and he was in behind the ruck. He's a gun.
I can't disagree. Blue Diamond, Dormier, just by 0.1 of a length. Revolutionary miss with Jamie. Your pick, Sebenak, got a fourth. Look, I reckon it could have done a lot better. Don't know what happened there, but I can't see any of these upsetting the boys in Sydney or girls.
No. This is tier 2 group 2-year-olds for sure. I think Jacquino will be a good horse and Revolutionary Miss. I think they'll both be good horses. I don't know if it's talking through my tip, but I thought Sebenak was the best run in the race for sure. Didn't get a shot at him at all the whole way. Sort of stuck in behind and then presented really late and finished off a fourth. I thought it was a fantastic run. If he got the same run as Jacquino, I reckon it goes past Dormier. So I think he might be one to follow, but he's not as good as Coolangatta and these horses. No way.
Keen for Greece this weekend. That's what I'm keen. Oh, I've just seen some blue sky. Unreal. All right. And the last one I'll mention is the Oakley Plate. Obviously, I gave we put a bit of kebab mail out from one of the boys that saw Wild Ruler's track work manager, track work rider. Who knows if he even was, but we took the mail and saying that he was absolutely flying after that race. He's been retired to stud. So yeah, that's put a good mock on it. But Marabi, we were a bit iffy, weren't we? Like how it would play out, but it was bloody good. Led the whole way, still won by whatever, half a length or something.
Sure, like just too good. Thought away game was really good as well. Menage, I went back and watched the Stewards Vision, copped a knock at the 700 and nearly went through the fence. I think Kieran McAvoy said but this isn't the actual quote. But
what did he say?
He said we got
Cowboys.
bumped around. We nearly got put through the fence by Cowboys or something. And if you go back and watch it, I'm surprised she stayed standing up. She got smashed. So wherever she's running next start, I'll be on for sure.
Yeah.
But Marabi, get her to. She's good enough now for TJs and things like that, I think.
I think he was talking about Jim Byrne, and Jim Byrne was on Jonker and came last. I'm pretty sure he was the cowboy that was sort of rough and tumbling. Poor Karen. Poor boy.
General Bo gave her a good whack as well.
But
it was. Yeah, I felt a bit sick watching it, to be honest. She nearly fell over.
Yeah, and you know what? When I see Marabi, and I hate like being the doubter. Like sometimes you look at these fields and you think, oh, $2.50 or whatever, I'm not touching it. But sometimes you just got to fucking touch it because when you look in hindsight, you're like, yeah, it's pretty bloody good, and it hasn't lost for a while. Yeah,
for sure. Sometimes it's just trying to overcomplicate something simple. We do it all the time, but yeah. What do you do?
All right, we're about to start Flemington. One quick mention. What do you think of that Randwick track as well before we go? Like, are you impressed? What are we expecting for Saturday?
So impressed. I thought it was unbelievable, considering like
played pretty fair.
A lot of other track, like any provincial track, that meeting's getting cancelled, and I actually didn't think it was bottomless. I thought it actually held up okay. So yeah, it'll be interesting seeing what the form's like coming out of it. But yeah, I thought it was fantastic. The curators have obviously done an awesome job.
Yeah, unbelievable. I thought the fact that even you watched the very first race, I think Shelby 66 came from last with Pikey aboard, just instantly showed you, you can make up ground here. And then you'll also watch Ellsberg, which finds the front and just ridden to perfection by Tim Clark. So it was pretty good. But nine of the best from Flemington. So race one, generally, I haven't looked at any trials. I doubt you have. Going off market-wise, Wee Nessie's the fave. It's $370. Jamie Carr, Mick Price. We may as well just go with that. Mumbai Jewel, Crystalis, Milan. To me, I haven't looked at anything. Do you know anything about race one?
I haven't had a good look yet. I usually have a bit of a look at these races either tomorrow night or on Saturday morning. But no, haven't had much of a look at all.
Neither. All right. Okay, so the Roy Higgins quality is 2,600 meters of the best. Crystal Pegasus is going around $1.75. J-Mac rode it last time. $1.75 is very short. It did open $1.65, so it opened even shorter. Tiger's there. Damien Oliver's in $4.60. We go out to $8 playoffs, and then we're double figures the rest. Look, Crystal Pegasus, bloody good horse, and will probably win. But are we enticed? Are you fucking caring about $1.75?
I didn't think so initially, but now looking again, like what's going to beat it? Nothing's going to beat it. Like Tiger was what, 4 or 5 lengths off it. Playoffs was a couple of lengths off it as well. Sticks to 55 kilos, like J-Mac off, car on, no real massive loss. I think this horse goes better with the distance going up. I don't know, maybe $1.75 is all right for multis or something. I don't know. I wouldn't be backing it one out, but yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
It is tough. It's very short, but look, I reckon it probably wins. Like Tiger's good, but I think Crystal Pegasus, it may even get out of touch because some people just don't want to touch $1.75 and bookies just wind it out a little bit, get an enticement.
Yeah, well, you even look at like their last runs against each other. Like Crystal Pegasus had 58 and Tiger had 61, which you think, oh, that's 3 kilos. And then Tiger only goes down half a kilo. Like gets half a kilo less than Crystal Pegasus. So up another 600 meters, I would have thought this would be,
be close.
Yeah.
Agree. Race 3, 1200 meter. We got Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz is coming a little bit. It's $2.30. Had a good win last start at Flemington. I think it was 2 weeks ago in the last. Bermudez is there at 5. Little Drift, Rain Deal, $7.50, and we got Evening Glory, Bonzabor, Imperial Lad, etc. Rose Quartz was pretty sick last start. I think it ended up winning by a fair bit too. Like Australia was a 3.5 lengths or something. Good win, eh?
Yeah, it was a really good win. I couldn't entertain 230 in this race. Obviously, like much better field, much stronger field than that day. I like 2 in the race. I like Rainbeal. Got a nice first up record. I think it's 4 starts, 2 wins and 2 placings. Last preparation, its last run, it was behind Marabi a couple of lengths. So I think with 56.5, it'll run a good race. Has had just the 1 run up the straight. I'm pretty happy with $7.50. And then the other one, the weights is the only thing that I'm not wrapped with, but Superium, I think it's over the odds at $13. Coming out of the Lost and Running race, it's 2.5 lengths behind Lost and Running as well. You see Lost and Running's a genuine, probably a Group 1 horse now. So, and it's at 13. So I thought I'm probably not going to have a massive play on the race, but I might have something small each way on both of them.
Did it entice you more when you saw John McNeil in the saddle?
Yeah, he is my boy.
Is that who you just look at each race and you go, what's he on? 13?
Nah, I genuinely
Melbourne J-Mac.
I couldn't believe that they put up $13 for it. Like, I don't know, Lost and Running's what, $1.30 shot in this race, $1.40 shot in this race. So I just thought $13 was a pretty good price to have a bit of a each way play. But yeah, it does help that my boy's on board.
All right. The Tresity in race 4, Cirilio Miss, $3.40, pretty much bang on what it opened. Likewise with Anavisto for Mick Price and Jamie Carr. Owes me some fucking cash, Anavisto. $4.40, we go to $9 Exceldia with Brett Preble and the Hayes and Jal Lee, John McNeil, $9, straight out to 10s for Electric Girl and Zoo Dancer. Anavisto, mate, are we sticking with?
Yeah, sticking. I like the horse a lot. Love its racing pattern. It sort of always races on the speed. Pretty tough sort of horse. Got a really nice first up record. 3 starts for a couple wins. First up last preparation, I think it might have ran second to Churath, who's now come out and run 3rd in a futurity. So I think if Anavisto comes back and has that natural progression that you think she would, I think $4.40 is a pretty good price in this race.
Yeah. Any at odds? You don't want to jump on number 11, Mr. Jalay, Mr. John McNeil?
No, I'm interested to see how Quantum Mechanic comes back. Like, I don't think this is by any means sort of her race or anything like that, but I just thought last preparation was building towards a win and just never really got one.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to just seeing how it comes back. And yeah, Damian Lane and Price at $20 always gives me a nice little chill.
It's a little semi. The English Sprint Overpass. I think this is a good bet. I think it did open 280, so I would have liked to got that, but it's 225 now. Abel Willie's at 440, a little bit of money for it. We got Shadow Devil, we got Sneaky 5, $8, Spellcatcher at 13s, and he's exceptional and stuff in the 20s. Overpass wins. Barrier 13.
Yeah, I think it's pretty simple. 59.5 pari down there for a ride. Yeah, I think 225 is a fine price. Able Willie, I thought like in behind horses like Marzu, who aren't necessarily group horses yet. They might be eventually, but at the moment, no. Thought Able Willie was really, really poor probably 2 weeks ago at Rose Hill. So yeah, I think Overpass is a good bet. And then just the watch horse is Sneaky Five first up, like ran in a Manikato or a Moya 4th run ever as a 3-year-old. So it's got to be
one.
Yeah, we're Jonker one, which if we want to mention it, I did tip that day.
I was waiting for it. I threw it out there.
Yeah, you put it out there for me. So yeah, Sneaky Five, just a little watch horse, but I think Overpass looks one of the better bets for the day there.
Speaking of better bets, we go to Zaaki and the Blamey. Open 250, and there was chat about Zaaki running in Sydney or whatever, but $2.10. I think is a steal still, which is a fucking weird thing to say. Mr. Brightside's at 420. Likewise is Inspirational Girl. You got Corner Pocket, King Magnus, Purple Sector, more. But look, fuck, I'm cool with 210.
I can't believe they've given us 210 and it's stuck around for a day. I'm just in the process at the moment of honestly deciding like how much to have on it. I don't know. What's beating it? Like, there's money for Inspirational Girl, which is interesting, but does there look like there's going to be heaps of hot speed in this race that's going to set up for her? I don't know. I wouldn't have thought so. You might have Corner Pocket and like Zaaki's drawn gate 1. They might just do what they did in the Emirates with him. So, yeah, no, I think this is fucking good bet.
I'm not even like taking into account anything else. Like I pretty like locked in. That's a bet. That's a multi. That's a standout in the quaddie for me.
Yeah.
So it could either go one way or the other.
Like 210. They've given us 210.
It's not often I say I'm pretty keen on 210, but yeah, I think it'll probably start a bit shorter, but we'll see.
I think $1.50 it starts.
Really?
$1.55, $1.60 around that mark.
That's a lot of cash.
They'll come for it. They'll just come. Friday morning, 9 a.m., it'll be into $1.75.
Okay. So get on now.
Yeah, I'm literally going to put my money in my account when we finish.
The Australian Guineas is race 7 over the mile as well. Profondo is the fave for Richard Litz. Barrier 15, it's a favourite at 420. We got Hitotsu at 480. We got Cap Devant at 750. A little bit of coin for Snowdens and Jamie Carr. Pinstripe just going around again. We got Forgot You, Lightsaber, Ranch Hand, and Basiro. Look, I guess it's pretty close. Profondo is a bloody good horse, and obviously it's had a couple of trials. Last time out, obviously won at Randwick. But then Hitotsu, Cap Devant, they're not fucking nothings, are they?
This is a good Australian Guineas. Like, I'm so glad they've taken Profondo down there. Ranch Hand goes down as well. Like, don't forget him. He's a big chance in a race like this. I think it's a really good Quinellas trifectas race. Don't know if I'll be able to land the winner just having one bet. I think you got to spread your money out a little bit, back a few, or do trifectas. I probably, like, Profondo could end up being the best horse in the race, but do I want to first run in Melbourne, 1600, like probably a bit short of his best. Yep, first up, gate 15. Like, do I want to be diving into him as favourite? Probably not. Hitotsu, we know, like, done his best work at Flemington too. You get 480 about him. I think he should be favourite personally. And then the other one I want to back is the other horse in the same colours. Forgot You. I thought super run behind Pinstripe. And that was first up, smashed the line. So Hitotsu and Forgot You are the two for me, but I'd be playing sort of trifectas and Quinellas.
What was the Group 1 that Hitotsu won, where it beat Allegra?
The Derby.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I think I'm with you. I think they're pretty much similar, but fucking hell. Cap Devant, it's a bloody good race. There's some good, they're pretty really good, some of these, eh?
It's just exciting. It's really exciting. If you were to do a trifecta, what would you do?
In the Guineas?
You can only pick 3.
I can only pick 3. Okay. My roughie, because that's what you do with the trifecta, is Ranch Hand is going to go in there. I'm going to have Profondo, And I'm going to have Captivant.
Nice.
8-3-2. Yourself? You're what?
One. 1-3-4. I think 1-4-3 would be my order.
Oh, so we're going to top two in it. Okay, fair enough, mate.
Well, I'm just being honest.
That's right.
It's 420. I think the two I'm going to back are Hitotsu and Forgot You, and I think Profondo has a chance of running in the top three. I don't mind Captivon either. So, you know what? Let's leave Profondo out.
I definitely didn't mind that run by Ranch Hand. I know it got sort of what happened. Look, Animo was always winning, and Tommy got a suspension for cutting him off a little bit in the last 100 or whatever. But I reckon Ranch Hand's due a fucking good win. So I don't know. It might be in there. It might be a bit of value. Third, fourth, who knows?
Sure.
Race 8,000 meters, right up my alley, this sort of stuff. Malkovich, Joshy Parr's aboard for Björn. Drifting though, $4 at the 460. Good coin for Maliva, Stokes and Brett Preble, 850 to 550. Brooklyn Hustles there at 7s. We've got Enthar at 9s into 7s. So it's sort of a couple of bucks in. Sword of Mercy, Albanta. It's Me is going around. It's Me was scratched from Randwick. Obviously didn't run a run in the heavy 500. Trekking's there for Toos is there. I like this race as well.
I love this race. It's interesting. Malkovich on the backup as well. Thought it ran pretty tough in the last weekend, so I can see why they've sort of posted it as your favourite. Not a demanding favourite or anything, commanding favourite, but 460. I like It's Me. I know it might be a little bit short, like in terms of 1,000 meters. It's probably looking for 1,200. But like Kavanagh has picked the Melbourne race, obviously trying to avoid the wet a little bit, but he's a smart trainer. Gets McNeil. I actually didn't realize that.
What a surprise.
54 kilos. Like this horse was first up after 483 days, and I thought ran really, really well in a quality race. Finds this race here, like up the straight. They traditionally just sit and sprint over the 1,000 anyway. $14 is a pretty good price. I'm happy to just be on her all prep. So
you'll make money being on her if she stays fit and not injured.
Exactly. I think she'll run a place for sure. $4 a place looks a good bet.
Right, $4 a place. And we go the last. Look, I'd rather finish the day with 1,000 meters, but we'll go to a mile. We got Yonce or whatever it is. Yonce or Yonchi? How does he do it?
I think it's Yonce.
Stupid name. Gentleman Roy at $5. We got Basara at $7. Savannah Cloud at 7s. Straight out to double figures with Nicolini, Vito, all them. Ripperita. Look, don't have a huge opinion of the last. A benchmark 84 mile race. Gentleman Roy was bloody good, I guess, beating Tuvalu, which still gives me nightmares. What do you reckon?
This is like the best benchmark 84 I've ever seen. Like you've got Yonce, who's like group quality, Gentleman Roy group quality, Basawa, or however you say it, group quality, Savannah Cloud, Nicolina Vito, no doubt have group quality. Even like down the page, like Mudgee goes all right, High and Dry goes okay. Yeah, I'm with Yonce. I've been on all prep, so I have to. Yonsanana.
You can call it whatever he wants to if it wins. Make it 5 on the trot. Hasn't lost yet.
Nah, and it hasn't done anything wrong. Like, got there pretty late in its last win, but I don't know. I thought Gentleman Roy would probably lead and be hard to catch, but I'm pretty happy with Johnny Allen giving Yonce a smack down the outside.
Yeah, well, mate, it's all it's got to do is win, right? So that's all we need. All right, that is Flemington. Couple of races at Randwick. We are both Sydney boys, so we're well aware of the fucking weather. So, look, the track, it's a heavy 10 now, and it will probably stay a heavy 10. I assume they'll run and just see what happens, but I'm in Tamworth this weekend for a bit of country racing. That's going to be fucking riveting stuff.
Lovely.
I want to just mention, just because this is one of my horses, the Riesling, which is race 2. Russian Conquest is $2 to $2.15. Greece is the one I think I've talked to you about as well. J-Max on for Kieran Maher and Eustace. This is the boom horse that they reckon could be better than Coolangatta. Whether it goes to Slipper or whatever, Slipper, Percy, there's a few races. Apparently it's a freak. It's had 2 fantastic trials. It's $3. And then I don't really care for the others. Have you watched the trials of Greece?
I have watched the trials of Greece, and they were very, 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 very good.
Yeah. There's heaps of yarns about it.
I suppose the thing is, it'll be race day. Like, how's it go in the yard? And then I'd say that with the horse like this, the last 6 or 7 minutes of betting will be really telling. Like, if it's threes into 240, I dare say it'll be going pretty close to winning the race.
It's going to be tough to have any idea, though. Like, it's first race, and then you're going and maybe pissing down rain, heavy 10. They just need it to race, right? So that's the point. But it's hard to be confident.
It is, especially when Russian Conquest has come out and proven that she's a good horse. Like,
yeah.
And in the soft, like, she's actually had a go in the soft and won. So it's, I don't know. There's probably not an inch of value in this race. I think it's going to be a good watch race and maybe set up a bit of a interesting thing for the slipper. But even Ojai or whatever, however you say it, Ojai, yeah, there it is. How is that Ojai? It's crazy, isn't it?
Similar to Kohai, I think.
But like, yeah, Ojai, like I backed it last start and I didn't think it was too bad of a run. And yet $10 in this race, like, it could come out and do something too. So no, I'd be sit and watch. I'm keen to see what Greece does though for you.
Me too. Race 5, quick look challenge, Nature Strip and Eduardo. There's obviously others in there, but I'm not too fussed with Splintex, September Run, Trekking, fucking whatever. Nature Strip is $1.65. Eduardo is $2.40. Has Nature Strip won in the heavy? Yeah, it has 2 starts, 2 wins. Eduardo, 2 wins in the heavy as well. Nature Strip win, barrier 7, barrier 5. It's all pretty similar.
I got a cool question for you. Could you imagine if they scratched everything but Eduardo and Nature Strip and it was just a 2-horse race?
Far.
How cool would that be? Little match race.
I'd like imagine that, and then just leaving like a head start or something, which was 150s or something.
Yeah, just something to go and run out in front.
Danny Williams runner.
That'd be so cool.
I would like to see that. But I'm a huge Nature Strip fan, always have been. I just reckon, look, I'm not even caring about the price. Let's just ignore the price and ignore the betting. Do you think Nature Strip wins?
I think he wins by 4.
Really?
Yeah, maybe 5.
4 or 5 lengths to Eduardo.
I can't tell you, like, I've never been more like shocked by a horse's run that didn't win than Nature Strips last 2 weeks ago in the Lightning. I've never people are saying that it had its chance. Like, what fucking chance did it have? It didn't have a chance. It got smashed out of the gates after missing it, squeezed, then Profiteer comes across again. So doesn't play its normal role in leading, has to come from last, and then still has the audacity to go and nearly knock off a Group 1 Coolmore horse. Like, with 3 more kilos.
How blessed is J-Mac though? Do you know what I mean? It's like everything he does, he can maybe ride no winners throughout the week, whatever, but when it comes to the big stage and gets these big horses, he's like, I'm just going to jump on Home Affairs, I'm going to win. And then I'm going to jump on Nature Strip in this weekend, I'm going to win. It's just like, he's
like an NBA player that's married, but also has a free hall pass whenever he wants.
It's so true. It's so true. And he's fucking everything touches. And how blessed is he for that last race at Melbourne? Like, he's on Home Affairs, probably nervous, going, fuck, Nature Strip probably wins this, whatever. All of a sudden jumps, where the fuck's Nature Strip? What's doing? He's like, I'm a big chance here. Pokes his tongue out of the line. Perfect, mate. Fucking blessed. 4
or 5 lengths.
Yeah. Speaking of Profiteer goes around in the fireball the next race. Not much of a fucking race for me, this, but any thoughts on that? Race 6?
I'm just having a look now to see if there was any like gear changes for Profiteer. There's none. I would have thought they'd put something on him. He just fucking, I don't know. He must have been horny that day or something because he was up and about. And they actually backed him a little bit. Like, there was a little bit of specking for him.
Yeah.
I'd want to see him come out and run straight first before I backed him. I thought Marzu was good, but I don't know.
Marzu was good.
This sort of class, I'm not sure. I don't know. I don't really like a whole lot in this race, to be honest.
All right. Well, why don't we have one more race, which is like your favorite horse, the Randwick Guineas, and you tell me why Halal can beat Animo. I know you're a big fan of Halal, Hawks, and William Pike. $5.50 up against Animo, who's $1.80. Halal hasn't had a run in the heavy. How's it going to go?
pretty tough to say. I'm hoping pretty well. I've backed Halal in the guineas. I took a nice early price a couple of weeks ago, so I've been sort of hoping that they'd scratch Animo for this race on the weekend. That's sort of the goal. I don't know if you can beat Animo. I'm not sure if you can. I think Animo is going to get better and better throughout the prep, and as they go up in distance, he probably gets better. This is probably Halal's peak, I think. I think this run and whatever the next run is will be his two grand final runs. I don't know, $5.50 versus $1.80 when it only beat you by this far. It's still the better bet for me. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the race. Converge is another one as well. Like, don't forget about him. Like, he's going to get better as the distance gets longer. Gay's coming out and saying he's a Derby horse, so they're all fucking Derby horses though. So
he's going to pump them up a bit, pump the tires.
Yeah, up. I'm keen to see what happens.
War Eternal was good the other week. War Eternal won. What was it, $15? Oh, it's $13 now.
Yeah, and gets Collett too, who's riding super at the moment.
In the heavy. He's a freak in the heavy, isn't he?
Oh, he's just like, he obviously is a really astute jockey, like goes out, really does the track, like has a look at the track properly. And
yeah.
So yeah, my best in Sydney, if the races go ahead, Private Eye in the race before in the Canterbury. Like, you've got a horse that's just a swimmer, has had 3 trials leading in. It's 11s into 5s already. Forbidden Love on the back up after a heavy run. Lighthouse, who's never run in Sydney, has it. All runs have been in Melbourne. And yet Private Eye, who goes straight to 1300 Group 1, or what is it, a group? Yeah, Canterbury's Group 1, isn't it? Group 1, 11s into 5s, loves the wet, and had 3 trials leading into its first up run. I'm pretty pumped about it.
Are you keen?
I'm fucking keen. Really keen. First up, 4 for 2. Yep.
Regan Bayliss. Is Regan on?
Regan.
Assume so. Yeah, Bayliss. Oh, Joe Pride. All right. So that's one of your best in Sydney?
That'd be my best in Sydney for sure.
And your best couple in Melbourne?
Have to read your
Yeah. It's Me at a bit of value. Is that a good place price?
Yeah, It's Me would be definitely the value one. I think Zaaki's the best bet there for sure. Zaaki and Overpass should both be winning.
Thanks, mate.
No worries. Once I get off this call with you, I'm gonna have to do some deep dark thinking about how many zeros I'm putting on the end of this one.
Is that just on Zaaki on the single?
Yeah, I'm not as you know, I think I've said it a few times. There's nothing worse than liking something and then one of the other legs loses and fucks you. So I'm just I'll just back him. I don't know. It's an interesting thing, mate. Like, how much do you have? I don't know.
No, you got to bet responsibly, right? As much as you're not going to be pissed off when it comes second.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
I think the fact is, with that sort of stuff, and like when you really like, it's not often you really like something, right? So if you really like Zaaki, you literally like think about it earlier. I just whacked 500 on this. Am I going to be furious if it loses in a photo? Am I going to be furious if I lose 100? Nah. So you just got to find that little like bit where it's going to piss you off the most. That's what I reckon.
Sure. Bet within your means.
What else, mate? What else is happening this weekend?
Not much. Obviously, with the weather, I was supposed to have a trial game, but I don't know if we'll be playing. Like, the grounds are underwater, so
pretty yuck.
Yeah, it'll be pretty cruisy. Probably go to the track Saturday.
Up your luck, mate. Well, if anyone is in Tamworth on Sunday, I'll be at the Tamworth races, so that's going to be good stuff. Doubtful anyone's there, but it's going to be thrilling.
Yeah.
But fingers crossed, mate. Hopefully we do better. We'll find and lash up fucking Zaaki. Hope for the best.
For sure, brother.
Cool, bro.
All right, man.